R. Kelly. We're going to move on from one Chicago case to another.
Did you see how they were both booked in the same?
Same judge. Yeah.
Same mugshot.
Same mugshot. Them cops are busy in Chicago right now.
They need a better setup for their mugshot.
Yeah. Got that little crack in the wall right here. I noticed that too.
Okay, the first thing I want to ask about R. Kelly, though, because the latest story that was popping was the woman that posted. Okay, first of all, he was indicted on 11 counts, which I want to be absolutely accurate in what I'm saying here. So they were 11 counts of aggregated criminal sexual abuse involving 4 victims, 3 of whom were underage. Aggregated criminal sexual abuse can carry a sentence of 3 to 7 years in prison. So he faces 10 of them, I'm sorry. Now, he's obviously saying he's not guilty. My question was, they posted, he had to post bail, it was $1 million, but he could have to post 100. Why couldn't he come up with that for like 3 days? Is that
because he's broke?
He stopped playing his music on radio station.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me because if you think about it, he made his money during like the heyday of selling records and all of that, and then in order to keep up that lifestyle, he was spending a lot of money.
Yeah.
And to keep this harem of women, I'm sure he was spending a lot of money.
all the different rooms and like
exactly.
the bed in the studio.
And eventually that money is going to run out. It's not like people think, in the music industry you have a few hit records and then like you're set for life. But if you don't manage your money correctly, it's going to go real fast if you're living that lifestyle. Yeah.
But I have a question for you. Your husband's in the music industry. R. Kelly sold 75 million albums and records. One of the top-selling R&B artists of all time. And he wasn't just a performer. He was also a producer and writer. I just don't understand how he could be broke. Do you guys think this is just a ploy to keep from paying more people off?
No.
Oh, like he's hiding his... Well, could he be hiding his money, though, like illegally, because like he saw this coming?
From what I remember, he hadn't paid rent on his Chicago studio, I believe it was.
Okay.
Or I think also his Atlanta house he got evicted from.
Oh, okay.
So I think he just can't manage his money.
That's right, in the documentary they go to the house in Atlanta.
Exactly.
And it's
abandoned.
That's true.
Also, R. Kelly came up in music... towards the time like Whitney, like did he have songwriting credits on all his stuff?
I think he did.
Oh,
he did.
So that's why
he produced a lot of chart-topping artists. But we should also mention R. Kelly has said he's illiterate. He can't, or he's nearly illiterate. He can't read. So maybe he
probably has
bad
people,
contracts.
Right, and he probably has people watching over his money. They could have done something horrible with it too. True. I mean,
his attorney says he's broke, and he blames hangers-on and mismanagement.
Yeah.
Okay, so wait, I want to talk about the latest story. So there's a woman, Valencia Love, who is supposedly the one that posted his $100,000 bail. Mm-hmm. And she is a 47-year-old businesswoman that basically owns like some restaurants, and now like they're saying like according to a report that I read this morning, like Yelp reviews, they're like pummeling her restaurants. Yeah. But her quotes were even I'm not going to say it was my money or Kelly's money, and he's not broke, the woman said. He's my friend and I knew he needed help. He was going to get out regardless, she said. I just went out there to help my friend. She's saying he's not a monster. Well, she is paying the price. Did you guys see that report?
I've read some things like that, yeah.
Poor Valencia Love. So, what do you make of that, though?
You have loyal friends, I guess. They're willing to, have their name dragged through the mud as well.
Yeah.
I don't know. That $100,000 is a lot for. I love my friends, but that's a lot of money
for someone who's like real guilty. I don't know. That's a lot of money.
And are you helping the situation? Are you feeding it?
Are people even calling it alleged at this point? I mean, we know we do. We have to in journalism.
And honestly, I know a lot of people who don't believe R. Kelly is guilty, and like the Michael Jackson case, they think the parents of these young girls, a lot of them early on were aspiring singers, they think the parents were also complicit.
Why is it that Michael Avenatti, who, in case people don't know, that's why I want you to bring that up. Bring up that. Can you bring that tweet up?
Because he's resurfaced.
Because he's the one that surfaced the tape.
Yeah.
Started. Okay.
Yeah. So this is his tweet. So he says, someone forgot to tell R. Kelly and his manager that under the law, a 14-year-old girl cannot consent to sex, especially when with an adult decades older, even if even if you film her and she, quote unquote, consents on tape, imagine if the law was different. Abusers would have their victims always, quote unquote, consent.
Was that actually a real thing that his team is trying to say, that he filmed it to prove that she said it was okay? Is that actually real?
I don't know. I mean,
I'm not even laughing because it's not a fun.
Right.
For Michael Avenatti, though, how did he come into this? By the way,
he's trying to get redemption.
Yeah,
I think so.
He loves attention. But he said that someone approached him, a whistleblower, with a tape from way back when that showed, and this is not the same tape that sparked R. Kelly's previous criminal trial from which he was acquitted.
Yeah.
This is a different tape. And there was a girl who looked to be 14 on this tape having sex with R. Kelly. And on the tape, I think Avenatti shared it with CNN. And CNN was the first to report the details of it. On the tape, the young girl refers to her body multiple times as being 14 years old, her 14-year-old anatomy, her 14-year-old privates. And so Avenatti gave the tape to prosecutors in Chicago, and that launched a new investigation. Now, he's saying there's another tape.
That's what I just heard, yeah.
So we'll see.
He didn't learn his lesson the first time.
No.
Clearly.
R. Kelly.
Yeah.
Also, just with these celebrities, and just call me crazy, but if they're taping it, how do they allow that people end up getting their hands are you that reckless that you're wouldn't they just be put away it's kind
of like you want to get
it's
caught.
like you want to get caught. It's just, to me, it's crazy.
Yeah.
The thing about R. Kelly feels like he wants to let everyone know that he's untouchable. You know, it's because every time he's taken to court and it's just off the hook, and it's what does it take? What do we have to do? How many documentaries? How many tapes do you need? How many tapes do you need to prove that this was done? And it's almost like a high, I think,
right? Like a God complex.
Yeah, it's just like a God complex, exactly.
We should also commend Dream Hampton, the woman who made Surviving R. Kelly docuseries that aired on Lifetime, because that was a game changer. It really does seem like these documentaries, these docuseries, are really helping to shine a spotlight on things that should not have happened.
I do. I feel like never more than now are documentaries becoming documentaries, and also New York Times reporting are becoming New York Times and Washington Post are becoming the basis for criminal cases.
Yeah.
I don't remember in my lifetime, and I've been here few decades, but I don't remember in my lifetime there being documentaries that have had such impact when it came to actually getting justice.
There was the one involving, and I can't think right now, but it was on HBO or Netflix or something, on the guy who allegedly killed his ex-girlfriend or something.
Making a murderer?
Yeah, making a murderer.
Did you guys watch that?
I did.
Okay, I still have yet to see it. Did you watch it?
Well, are you talking about Making a Murderer? Or
there's two. There's two.
Okay.
Making a Murderer was...
it wasn't his girlfriend. It was
no, that was the second one. That was the young couple. But there was another one, a rich man who supposedly killed a couple of different women.
Or something?
Yeah, and now he's on trial. He's going on trial again. He was arrested.
Oh, wow.
And he mumbled during the documentary, "I did it," or something.
Right.
Oh, was it the one Robert? What's his name? Are you thinking of the something? That was that?
Yeah,
the
something. Yeah, no.
The curse.
I can't remember.
The jinx.
The jinx. That was the first one.
Yeah.
That was a game changer. And then we had Making a Murderer, and now Surviving R. Kelly, and then tonight, we'll see with.
Well, there's nothing to arrest.
Well, let's think about documentaries. Even with that person, they followed him, and they just happened to have his mic on when he went to the bathroom. So you follow somebody who might be guilty of something long enough, trying to prove themselves innocent.
Right.
They're gonna slip. They're gonna slip, and they're gonna say something that's wait a minute, that doesn't add up, and there we go.
Robert Durst.
Yes.
Robert Durst. You know why I remember that? Because we were forced to report on that. Remember, you and I would be like, that's gonna get 2 clicks. 2 clicks. We kept getting forced to report on that. Because you know me, I have a certain taste of the stories. I'm like, so we gotta cover this. Although Natalie Wood's death being reopened was the most... I was at Hollywood Reporter at the time, and I couldn't stop reporting on that. That was an amazing story. Okay, so next, let's get to some fluffy fare.